Hey coaches, Coach Ashton Meyer. We are going to get into time management and social media. Now, I honestly don't even know why I call this time management because I really truly believe that there is no way to manage your time. We all have 24 hours in a day. I would say it's more of getting a grasp of what has a bigger value, how to prioritize your time, but we can never really manage time because it's going to continue to tick, the clock's going to continue to move. And it's something great that I get to talk to my children about because whenever we're playing a game, you know how you have that one kid that always gets upset because they don't win? Well, whenever that happens to him, I'm like, listen, I'm like, you can sit here and be upset and cry and whine, and the clock is still going to tick. And then you're going to be in a bad mood and you're going to miss out on some fun that we're going to have. Or you can suck it up, stay happy, and we can play another game, or we can do something else, but whether you're happy or you're sad or you're doing something or you're not doing something, that time is going to tick, and you can't change tomorrow. You can't change what's going to happen or what happened yesterday. All you have is today, and John C. Maxwell really hits hard on that in the book that's called Today Matters. It's all about today. Today is what sculpts your tomorrow. And there's so many of us that really, really think about or let our past drag us down, or they take, I really, really want this in the future, or like, oh my gosh, I have this big thing in like a week. And we really do need to learn how to have faith and believe that, you know, today, we only have today. You are not guaranteed, as bad as that sounds, you're not guaranteed tomorrow. No one is. So you need to focus on your values and your priorities today and how you can sculpt that for you and your family. So, first of all, remember your why. Why are you doing this? Why are you in this business? Why are you a Beachbody coach? For me, it's the life of freedom. You know, do I mind working outside of home? No, I really don't, as long as I'm doing something that I like. I am not a person that wants to work somewhere where I don't like. I won't do it. I just won't. There's no point. What is it that, yes, okay, maybe there is a point, you need a paycheck and stuff, but everyone can find something that they like to do. And just for instance, I was working at a bridal shop while being a Beachbody coach, and I loved it. I loved bridal and everything. Come time for summer, yeah, I was going to be paying to work because my kids to go to daycare. Yeah, I'd have been paying to go to work. So it's the freedom for me, not to mention, I love this. I love helping people. But the biggest aspect of everything, if I'm going to get into it personally, the reason why I'm a coach is for freedom for me and to show people that they can do whatever they want in their life, helping them through health and fitness and finances and emotional. So I wanted to break this down here. We all have 24 hours in a day, which breaks down to 168 hours in a week. Okay? 168 hours in a week you get. Now, if you are getting 8 hours of sleep, that's 56 hours a week. If you work a full-time job, and let's say normal jobs, are 40 hours a week, plus maybe 8 hours of extra for overtime. So that's 48 hours a week. Eating, 15 hours a week, I really don't know if that's too much or not enough or whatever, but that's what they gave us. So 15 hours a week. And then I put in workout. That would obviously depend on you, if you're doing 30 minutes or an hour, but 3 to 7 hours, 3 to 6 hours a week. I mean, right now I'm doing 25-minute workouts because that's what I have time for. So I put 3 hours a week. That is a grand total of 122 hours a week. 122 hours a week, and I can't talk. So that leaves you with a leftover time of 46 hours per week. And you're probably thinking, Ashton, well, what about family time? What about grocery? What about this and that and this and that and this and that? This is just a basics to really look that you have 46 hours per week. The business that you are running, you can run this business however you would like. Of course, the more time you put in it, as long as it's focused time, the more time that you put into it, the more that can come out of it. But you can run this into a successful business by getting in at least 1 hour a week per day, if you can set that. So I put down there that you can even break this down even more for, your family time or your grocery time or getting ready and etc. However you want to do it, but you'll be able to see, okay, I have, even if you have 30 minutes one day and then you have 2 hours the next day, I mean, you break it down. You need to schedule out your time. So, and when I put that we all have 24 hours in a day, I wanted to show you guys some people that I know that have been very busy, and I don't want to go into their story. This is up to you to take that time to research what they went through. But you might be shocked. Scotty Hobbs, let's just say kids, full-time job, working separate shifts to handle kids with him and his wife. Wayne Wyatt, full-time job, I believe 5 kids or 4 kids at the time. Lindsay Krause was a full-time teacher. I think it was 8 months, if I'm correct, but again, you guys can look these up, that she let go of her job. Christina Delgado, she was our lawyer. Brigitte Linford, check her out. Kids, just, you guys look at these stories, okay? When you're seeing other people who are working and have family and that can manage this, I know and believe that you guys can too. There's no reason why you can't. It's just a matter of how we spend our time and what we do with it and how we value and prioritize it. And the biggest key is how focused you stay when you are working on that time. So you only have 24 hours. How are you going to use it? When you get that hour, and we will go into a power hour later on in the week, but when you get that time, are you really set focused? So I want you guys to take time to write everything down. Maybe you take 3 days. Write everything that you're doing down, okay? Maybe you're not used to setting time for yourself, and you're not used to being like, okay, 5 o'clock I gotta do my workout. This I have to do this. I want you to write it down so you specifically see every single moment that you are doing. So let's say you get onto Facebook for work. I want to know how long you worked. How many did you do an hour? And in that hour, what did you do? Because you guys might be completely shocked, because I did this and I was like, oh my goodness. I thought that doing this was only going to take so much time, and it took a lot more. And so then I realized that. So set timers too. So let's say you're you're checking your messages or you're doing something else. Set a timer, like set 15-minute timers, and then be like, wow. Again, you might be shocked at how long something may take you, because maybe you're not completely focused on getting that specific task done. Because if you're like me, if you're a sapphire, then you're not just doing one task. You're doing the task, but then all of a sudden you're like, oh yes, I gotta do this. Or because that mindset pops off. Like there's something in your mind that pops off, like a reminder of, oh yeah, I really gotta do this. And I really gotta set this. So then you do that, and then you completely get distracted from the task that you are set out to do. So when you're doing a task, if it's doing messages, set yourself on just doing messages and do it, and then cross it off. I'm telling you, this will help you focus and prioritize your time. Now, don't look at notifications. This was really hard. I had to grab this from Scotty Hobbs when he had this. He's like, I do not look at notifications. And I'm like, what? And I have not looked at notifications in over a year. So if people tag me and I am not on Facebook, I don't see it. Sometimes, and even if they do tag me, I might open it up in another window and I'll get back to it when it's time. But the way that I do this, and Scotty Hobbs has that video, is I have my favorite groups. I check in my favorite groups at least once a day. People know if they need to get a hold of me, they have my phone number, they can message me, or they can send me through email. So I check those things as well. Next, they can call me too. So next, also your your newsfeed, your own newsfeed. People will post things or tag me that go to my newsfeed, not like tagging me on Shaun T's post about this and then saying, haha, Ashton, check this out, which is great, but I can't, if it's not, I need to set my time and prioritize it. So people know if they need to get a hold of me, they know how to get a hold of me. And that's how that goes. So I do not check notifications. I have not in over a year. And it's really been a life changer in the business. And what I want you guys to look at. So when you write down your time and your what everything that you've done down, okay? I want you to look at three things. I want you to categorize your time into three different categories. The first one is helps bring you closer to your goals. So these are going to be things like building relationships, messages, personal development, your 3 vital behaviors, things like that. You know what's going to help bring you to your goals. Next is enjoyable time. You need enjoyable time. I'm not telling you to get rid of your family and work 120% on this until you build it up to that you have that free time and then you don't do anything, because that's not what this is about. But you need family time. You need downtime. Next, wasted time. Games, TV. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe that includes going to the bars or going and doing this and going and do that. For me personally, if I don't have my kids, and people can verify this, I am at home working. If I watch TV, it's a movie with my kids. Don't get me wrong, I have done my laundry where I've folded and I've watched TV. Normally it's been more of like the Bible series or something, but then I know too that I usually don't set it. So normally I'm with my kids watching a movie, folding laundry. Those are all things that I have set at one time, just because I can knock off like 3 things at once. We're engaging with each other, plus they also help too. So it's building independency for them. And the reason why is because I know that there was a time that I set up for laundry and I put on the video, and what do? We don't say 100% focus at that task, right? Okay, so manage it with writing a 1, 2, or 3, just so that you can see where things are. Is it taking you an hour to get ready in the day? Do you really need to take that hour to get ready in a day? I don't know. That's completely up to you. What you want to value and prioritize is, again, up to you. But all you have is 24 hours. That's it. That is it. Okay, so the secret of success is determined by your daily agenda, what you do every day. You're either repairing or growing. And this is a quote by John C. Maxwell. He said this when we were at our summit. And like I said, he has this wonderful book that's called Today Matters. And it's been a book that I started reading not too long ago. I'm probably halfway through it. And I haven't been able to read it because I've been reading my other books, my school books. So I'm still trying to work in this school. It's completely new to me. This is only the second week. So this is kind of what you can do. Schedule out your time. If you cannot schedule your time out a week in advance, then at least do it the night before that day, or wake up in the morning and set it out. I am telling you that Chalene Johnson breaks it down and says, you take 15 minutes of your time to schedule your day, to set your list, your priority list, that you are going to save at least 2 hours of your time. So use your time wisely. Oh, I'll go into that in a second. So here's my schedule, when I wake up, Sundays is a rest day. And actually Monday is a rest day too. That was supposed to be over one day. Sunday, Mondays are my rest days right now. I'm doing T25, and those are my 2 rest days because those are the days that I need off. Saturdays, I'm good. I can work out a couple hours if I wanted to. But, so I work, wake up, have breakfast, we have church. You can kind of run through this and see specifically what it is that I do and where I keep my time at. Again, each day is kind of a little different. Tuesday, I don't have school, so that gives me more of a time to really do calls during the day and stuff, because I do set time, in that work time that I have, I set up for coaching calls or calls with clients as well. And then I have to take that time out, which I drop them at 30 minutes long. That's it. I have 30 minutes and that's it. Then I have the next call. So, and don't be afraid to tell people that either. Let them know, hey, I have a call, or I have a list that I have to do if you don't have a call. But your time is valuable and they need to know that. Okay, use your time wisely. So in the car, what can you do in the car? When me and my kids are together, we are listening to Hillsong, which is worship music. But you can, and when I don't have them, I'm listening to podcast, where you can have personal development audio. You can have maybe a call with your coach or a call with your client if you don't need to write anything down. Doctor's office, bring a book with you. How many times are you at a doctor's office that not only you're sitting in the waiting room, but then when you get in the room, you're in there for like 10 minutes before they show up? Yep. Yeah. So bring something bring a book, or check your messages, or do a follow-up. Maybe send out a quick message to your challenge groupers. Your lunch hours, if you are working full-time, what can you do in your lunch hour? Can you check in, follow up, do your personal development? What can you do in your lunchtime? Stores. So what I mean by this is that personal development. Oh, you can't really see it, but I have my Beachbody shirt on. Personal development, or stores, you can do your wear and share. I've had people come up to me, I'll have the Insanity shirt on, like, you completed Insanity, or start recognizing, like, if you go to a certain store all the time and you see this person over and over and over, start recognizing their names, and then maybe you'll start conversating like, oh, thank you so much, Jan. I really appreciate that. I hope you have a great day. And you can start forming them. Yeah, that might take weeks and months and everything, but if you go to the same store and you see the same people, get to know who they are. Ask them questions. All right, have a book in your car at all times. And I am saying this because you never ever know when you are going to be waiting somewhere, or you get stuck in a traffic jam. Maybe you're on your way home from work and there is a complete backup and you are literally sitting in traffic for 30 minutes to an hour, and you're like, dang, I could have done something here. Or let's say if you needed to kill some time before you go somewhere, you're out at the stores, you're running errands, and then all of a sudden someone's like, oh, I can't meet you right now, will you come back, or can we meet this time? And instead of you going home, you are wasting time at stores, walking around, looking at things that you want to purchase that maybe you shouldn't purchase, or it's just, and then you do purchase and then you spend money. You get my idea, right? Have a book with you, or use that time wisely. That is your time that you are using, and you have to look at it. Am I going to waste that time, or am I going to do something for it? Because that's all I have. Okay. Next, I wanted to talk about resources that you can use for scheduling. Fan page, if you have a fan page, you have a like page, whatever you call it, they have a specific scheduler already for it. So if you look at over here on the top right, that is how you can set and schedule your post. You can also do this from your phone as well. And so if you wanted to set up a whole day, a whole week of scheduling, you are able to do that. You just put whatever it is that you want to write, hit schedule post. It comes up at that second picture where you get to pick the date and the time for it, and then schedule. And there you go. It's going to post out on your fan page without you having to post it out. And the great thing about the fan page or the like page is that you're not having to, there's no little owl for the Hootsuite or anything. It's like you're doing it live, and that's awesome. Hootsuite, that will schedule out posts for you using Facebook, or anything with Facebook, your groups, your Twitter, Google Plus, and more. And the same as Buffer as well. I don't know much about Buffer. I didn't use Buffer. I've been on Hootsuite. I've got grandfathered into the price. I pay $5.99 a month. I believe it's $9.99 a month now, but I'm not 100% sure. So you'll have to check that out there. But you can kind of see there, I posted out how you can see my groups on the left down here. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but down on the left here, you'll see where I have my groups and what stuff I have. I can put out what I want. I can add a document or a picture, and then I can schedule the date and the time. Then there's also a part where you get to see what times it's posting out and everything as well too. TweetDeck. I haven't used TweetDeck, but so check these out again. If I'm not familiar with all of them, but I just wanted to give you guys different resources that you can use. It's supposed to provide flexibility, like watches update stream in real time. Social Oomph is how I'm going to pronounce it. Don't know if that's correct or not, but we're going to say that. This is something that I actually want to look at. I just found it just recently. It keeps an eye on your Facebook and Twitter and manages and schedules posts to your blog, which is kind of cool and crazy because I've been having a hard time setting up my blogs right now. So if I created some content on a Sunday night and wanted them to go bam, 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 I can set them up. IFTTT. I don't specifically remember what this stands for, but it generates automatic actions. So let's say you wanted your Instagram photos to automatically save to one of your public folders or to your Dropbox, or something like that. You can create what they call a recipe, and then anytime that happens, like if you upload an Instagram, it automatically will put it in that folder. And you have unlimited access to it. I haven't looked into it completely yet, but I thought it was kind of a neat idea. So you can check that out. Other resources that I wanted to talk about is Evernote. Evernote I haven't gotten into yet, again, so I don't know too much about it, but what it is you can access it on any device. You're able to upload documents, manage projects, and share files. And sharing files is such a great tool that we can use because as coaches, I know my list of documents are crazy. And instead of just putting them in our team page, we can have resource to them in Evernote, which is nice. Wunderlist. This is some place that you can go, haven't used it yet, still want to check it out, that you can set to-do list, reminders, errands, and it's available on your iPhone, Android, or Windows. So that's kind of nice that you can use it at all those different places, right? Iconosquare, it used to be called something else, but it's for your Instagram that you're able to pull up. It's kind of a lot easier to use if you're trying to generate more people onto your Instagram. And Latergram, which you can use to schedule out your Instagram post. So maybe you have photos that you know that you want to go out on certain times. You can set up the photo, set the post. Now, it doesn't automatically put it out. What it will do is it will send you, or come up as a notification on your phone, and it will say, post, da 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 da, you put this out, and you just swipe it, and then it pulls it up in Instagram for you already. It'll have your photo and what you wrote, and all you need to do is pick, if you're sharing it on your Facebook or Twitter or any of that, and then hit send, and it will go on to your Instagram. So it doesn't automatically do it, but it's still nice because it gives you that reminder, and you're like, oh, okay, sweet. Autoresponders. So an autoresponder is a computer program that automatically answers emails sent to it. So this is something that people are creating their email lists to. They're having people join an autoresponder, and this is a great way that you can use kind of like your online office where you are able to set up, maybe there's a February, you want to do like once a week a blog on different recipes for the holidays or for Valentine's Day, or tips to watch out for holiday stuff. It's completely up to you on what you want to do, who you are, and what your brand is, but it's great because then you can maybe just send them a quick little message and saying like, hey, I hope everything's going great, send them a quick little tip, and there you go. So you can use MailChimp. I just signed up for it, have not used it yet. So I will check that out. There's GetResponseNow.com, Automatic CEO, and ConstantContact.com. I know MailChimp is free, so that was the one that I checked out first. I don't know about the others. So I hope that this really helped you guys understand about how honestly we really just can't manage time. There's no way to manage time, but there are ways that you can start to work smarter instead of harder and have more of a reassurance that of not being overwhelmed, because this isn't supposed to overwhelm you. This is something that if you love to do it, you love to do it. And I know that I can get extremely busy and I do like to work a lot just because I love to help people. And if I'm not with my kids, then, you know, what else do I have to do? I don't care about watching TV. It's not important. What is that doing for me? Nothing, unless it's educational. But I would rather add value to people's lives than sit and watch a movie or go out to a bar or go somewhere else. I'm not I guess I choose not to really completely have a full social life, but I feel like I have a social life with those um, that I connect with through this business. All right, so that's that. We will also we'll also get into more detail about different resources and tools such as what you can use for like pictures, and I can go into a live demonstration on how to use PicMonkey and more of that stuff. So keep updated. Thank you guys so much for your time, and I hope that you guys have a great day. Bye.